On. So today we will see the problems. We will see the problems on uh, power angle curve. The given problem is a 50H 4-pole turbo alternator rated 150 MVA. So what is the rating? 150 MVA. So 11 kilovolts, it is the voltage. 11 kilovolts has an inertia constant of 9 megajoules per MVA. Inertia constant is capital H. H value is 9 megajoules per MVA. So find the A bit stored energy at synchronous speed. So you have to find out what is the energy stored in synchronous rotor actually. B bit, the rotor acceleration if the input mechanical power is raised to 100 megawatts when the electrical load is 75 megawatts. So today we are seeing various problems, around 3 or 4 problems. Last bit, C bit, the speed at the end of 10 cycles if acceleration is assumed constant at the initial value. So see, we will find out the A bit. What is the A bit? Stored energy. Isn't it? So can anyone tell me, so what is the stored energy? Energy stored. So here first solution you have to find out stored energy. So what is the stored energy? So whatever be the rating into inertia constant, isn't it? So here, so what is the turbo alternator rating? So that is, so you can adjust. See here, so what is the rating? G is the rating of turbo alternator. So how much? 150. So you can put it 150 into. So what is the inertia constant? 9. Isn't it? So this is the formula. So that is energy stored at rotor or stored energy at synchronous speed. So that is G into H. So this is the 150 is a rating of turbo alternator, that is 150. So inertia constant H, you will get it, isn't it? So what is the value? So you can get exact values 1350 megajoules. So that is you can write 1350 megajoules. So this is you can write it. So that is 1350 megajoules. So you can write it. So what is the answer? So 1350. You have to write. I will try to practice the board. So that is a megawatt. So this is the A bit. So we solve the A bit. So can you tell me what is the B bit? So B bit is the rotor acceleration if the input mechanical power is raised to 100 megawatts. So when the electrical load is 75 megawatt. Okay. So initially it is running at 75 megawatts. So what happened here? So suddenly load is increased. Okay, load is increased. So we can take B bit. So in the B bit you have to find out the acceleration power So what is the acceleration power? So PA equal to, so you have to take the, so mechanical power, so mechanical power minus electrical power. So the formula is mechanical power minus electrical power. Okay, so what is the mechanical power? So already given, the input mechanical power is raised to 100 megawatts. So you can write it 100. So 100 minus electrical power. So what is the electrical power? Electrical load is 75 megawatt. So minus 75. Okay, minus 75. So you'll get it. So what is the value? 100 minus 75, that is 25. Means 25 megawatts. So you'll get it 25 megawatts. So slowly I can write. So this is 25 megawatts, isn't it? So you have to know the moment of inertia formula. So what is the moment of inertia? Anyone? So what is the formula for moment of inertia? M. So M equal to formula GH. So G is the rating of turbo generator, H is inertia constant. Okay, so GH by, so pi f. Pi means 180 degrees. 180 degrees into F. Okay, so what is the F value? So here GH value already we calculated, that is 1350. So you can write it GH value direct, or G value is 150 into 9. You will get it 1350. Okay, so by, so 180 into F value. Anyone, what is the frequency value given? So here 180 into 50. What is this 50? 50 is the frequency. See here, a 50 Hz frequency. A 50 Hz frequency. Okay, so this you will get it. So if you calculated this, so how much value? So please calculate this value. So you will get it. So 0.15 megajoules. Megajoules second per degree, second per electrical degree. So you can, so find this value. Okay, that is 0.15 megajoules. So this you can substitute here. So 0.15 d square delta by dt square, d square delta by dt square So how much? Acceleration value is 25 megajoules. Okay, this is the 25 megajoules. So you can find out the what is the second bit. So see, that is the acceleration. So you can write it acceleration. So you can write the spelling acceleration, ACCE LE RA TIOL. Okay, so you can represent alpha. So you know that what is the formula? D square delta by dt square okay, so that is a d square delta, you know that, so that is 25 0.15, so this is 0.15. So if you calculate this, you will get it. So 166.6 electrical degrees per second square. See here, so you will get it. So you want to get this value. So for calculating the RPM, so in terms of RPM, so you can get it. So 13.88 RPM per second. In the previous classes we have seen so how to calculate it, so this value. It's is it convenient or earlier process is good for PPT is good or for writing is good? It is a good exercise for faculty. Okay, so we calculated the A bit, so stored energy, and the B bit. Okay, so we will go through the PPT. So see here, so this is the previous problem only. So all of you see once again, a 50 Hz 4-pole turbo alternator rated 150 megavolt ampere, 11 kV as an inertia constant, 9 megajoules per MVA. Find A bit stored energy at synchronous speed. We have to be find out at synchronous speed what is the energy stored. Next B bit, the rotor acceleration if the input mechanical power is raised to 100 megawatts when the electrical load is 7 megawatts. Okay, so C bit, the speed at the end of 10 cycles if acceleration is assumed constant at the initial value. So see this, okay, we know that stored energy, isn't it? Okay, already actual formula is inertia constant H equal to stored energy by rating of the machine, isn't it? So from that you will get it stored energy equal to GH. Is it clear? Okay, that is equal to 150 into 9, you will get it 1350 megajoules. So second bit, B bit, rotor acceleration. So if the input mechanical power is raised to 100 megawatt, so at that time, so what is the electrical load? 75 megawatt only. Okay, so that means suddenly increases. Is it clear? So acceleration power equal to mechanical power minus electrical load. That is 100 minus 75, you will get it 25 megawatts. Have you understood? So M, so that is the moment of inertia formula. So GH by 180F. So that is equal to 1350 by 180 into 50. So you will get it 0.15 megajoules second per electrical degrees, isn't it? So here, so we know that, so 0.15 d square delta by dt square equal to 25. So that is the PA. So this is the PA value is 25. So you have to be know the acceleration formula. So acceleration alpha equal to d square delta by dt square. So this you can write it, isn't it? So from this d square delta by dt square, you will get it 0.25 by 0.15. You will get it 166.6 electrical degrees per second square. This you have to convert into minutes per second square. So that is the mechanical degrees. So small dot is the degrees. Mechanical degrees per second square, you will get it into 2 by F. Okay, so you want to convert into RPS, revolutions per second, into 1 by 360. Suppose you want to convert RPM, isn't it? So that RPM means into 60. So like that you can calculate the value. So you can see here we got alpha equal to d square delta by dt square. So that is 25 by 0.15. That value you will get it 166.6 electrical degrees per second. So the electrical degrees per second square. So you can convert into RPM by second. RPM by second means into 2 by P into 60 by 360, you will get it 13.88 RPM, revolutions per minute per second. So you can see here this representation, you know that power bit for 10 cycles. Okay, for 10 cycles means you know that 10 by, so this is the frequency 50 Hz, you will get it 0.2 seconds. Okay, for 10 cycles means you have to take the time period is 0.2 seconds. See here, so at synchronous speed equal to 120 into P. Okay, so by 4, so you will get it 1500 RPM. So you know that, so rotor speed at end of 10 cycles. Okay, so how much? So that is a synchronous speed plus alpha into 0.2. So 1500 RPM plus alpha is 13.88. That is the acceleration into 0.2 time period. That is equal to 15.0776 RPM. Okay, so actually 1500 RPM, suddenly load increase, isn't it? So corresponding to that, after 10 cycles, you will get the speed 1502. So that means 1502.776 RPM, isn't it? So this second problem is a very, very important problem. So for mid examination and external examination also. See here they are given the two turbo generators. See here 250H generating units operate in parallel with the same plant. So same plant means generating plant. So same plant means it's a generating plant. So with the following ratings, unit 1. So corresponding to unit 1, the rating is 1500 MVA and 0.8 power factor. Voltage is 13.2 kilovolts and speed is 3600 RPM. So inertia constant H is 4 megajoules per MVA. So this is corresponding to unit 1 details. Next, coming to unit 2, see 1000 MVA, that is the rating. So power factor 0.9, voltage is 13.8 kilovolts, speed is 1800 RPM, inertia constant H is 5 megajoules per MVA. So here calculate the equivalent H constant. H is inertia constant on base of 100 MVA. So you have to take the base MVA is 100 MVA. So corresponding to this you have to calculate the H inertia constant. So you know the inertia constant formula, this formula you have to be keep it in mind for system 1. So H suffix 1 is represent system 1. System 1 equal to, so here, so mission 1 corresponding to, so mechanical, so that is the inertia constant into G. G is corresponding to rating. So what is the rating of that mission? So G is the, so what is the base MVA system, base rating? So that is the, so G system. So there is no representation here. G1 means first system, G2 means second system or second unit you can take. See here already given inertia constant is 4 into, so unit 1 rating is 500. So you have to take convert, so that is the calculate equivalent H constant on base of 100 MVA. So base MVA is how much? 100. You can take base MVA 100, you will get it, so 20 megajoules per MVA. So that is H value is 20 for first unit. So first generating unit. So second generating unit, use the same formula. So you will get it. So inertia constant for second unit is 5 into rating of the machine is 1000 by base MVA is 100. You will get it 50 megajoules per MVA. So you can get, so what is the H equivalent of these two, H1 plus H2? So that is 20 plus 50, you will get it 70 megajoules per MVA. So what is this meaning? So this is the equivalent area constant, that is the inertia constant on a base of 100 MVA. So what is the base MVA? So we have taken corresponding to 100 base MVA. So this is the inertia constant and can be used when the two machines swing coherently. So that means simultaneously if you want to run the two machines, what will be the inertia constant? So that is H equivalent equal to, so 70. Is it clear? So we can see the next problem. The sending end and receiving end voltages of a three-phase transmission line. Here, so the problem on transmission line, so we have to be considered. So for transmission line, the sending end and receiving end voltages, isn't it? So when it is possible here, the sending end voltage and receiving end voltage of a three-phase transmission line at 200 megawatts load are equal at 230 kV. Is it not at all possible? But so this is the theoretical question. So we are assuming, so that is the sending end voltage and the receiving end voltage will be the same, that is 230 kilovolts at what is the load, that is the 200 megawatts. Okay, so it is possible without knowing, so without having any load, isn't it? So light load condition or no load condition only it is possible. Receiving end voltage will be higher than the sending end voltage, isn't it, or equal also. See here, so this is the given problem. The per phase line impedance is, okay, so impedance of the line is J14 ohms. So you have to calculate calculate the maximum steady state power that can be transmitted over the line. Okay, finally we have to be find out, so what will be the transmitted power? So that is the steady state power or the maximum power. So you can see, so this is the given values, sending end voltage equal to receiving end voltage. How much? See that, so 230 kilovolts. So 230 kilovolts, isn't it? So you can see the load. So what will be the load? So here 200 megawatts. So you can see load is 200 megawatts. So transmission reactance. So what is the reactance value? So J14. So you can see here J14, isn't it? So these are the given data, isn't it? So for this data you have to be calculated. So here phase voltage. Okay, so you have to be find out. So this is the sending and receiving end voltage will be the same. So that 230 by root 3, isn't it? So you know that from line to phase, that is so phase voltage you have to be find out. So 230 kilovolts by root 3, you will get it 132.79 kilovolts. This is the phase voltage. So see here P max. So that is the maximum power per phase. Okay. So that is the formula. You know that this formula. If you don't know, you have to know. You have to by heart. So sending end voltage into receiving end voltage by reactance, isn't it? So that is the transmission reactance. We will get it the maximum power. So what is the sending end voltage and the receiving end voltage will be the same. Okay, this is the per phase values. Per phase values. Don't forget 132.79 into 132.79 by 14. You will get it. So 1259. That means 1259.5 megawatts. Okay, we have to consider the three phase line. So we have the three phase line. For three phase you have to be calculated. What is the maximum power for three phase? That is 3 into, so P maximum for each phase. Okay, so that you can calculate 3 into 1259.5. You will get it maximum steady state power. So what is the maximum steady state power? 377.8.5 megawatts. Okay, so this is the value. So in entire this problem, so only two formulas you have to know. So anyhow you know that. So what is the phase voltage? For finding out the phase voltage from the line. Okay, so you know that. So line voltage by root 3 will get it the phase voltage. So here, so maximum power per phase. Okay, so for each phase what is the power transmitted? If you know that formula, sending end voltage into receiving end voltage by transmission reactance. So you can finally find out the steady state power at maximum or maximum steady state power, isn't it? So we calculated. So this is the given problem. Next problem you can see here. So it is very similar. So we can do this problem. So find the energy stored in the rotor of three phase 50H 250 MVA turbo alternator with inertia constant capital H equal to 7.5 megajoules per MVA. So determine the value of inertia constant capital M. Inertia constant capital M. So the generator is initially, see here, the generator is initially supplying a steady power of 150 megawatts. You can observe these two values. If the mechanical power input to the turbine is suddenly decreased to 100 megawatts, isn't it? So evaluate the initial acceleration of the rotor, neglecting all losses, assuming 6 poles. Also find the rotor speed after 10 cycles. Here, so additional you have to be find out the rotor speed after 10 cycles. What will be the speed? See here, first write down the given data. You have to know how to write the given data. Write down. So given data. So what is the PM1? So that is the mission 1. So what is the rating of the turbo generator 1? That is 150 megawatts. So that is equal to electrical power. See PM2. So the mechanical power is decreased, that is 100 megawatt, 100 megawatt, isn't it? So what is the G? So rating. So what is the rating of the machine? That is, see here in the problem, 250 MVA, megavolt ampere. So what is the inertia constant? H value is 7.5 megajoules per MVA. So next, poles, number of poles, capital P value given, 6 poles. So this is the given data. So this is the given data, isn't it? So you have to be find out, determine the value of inertia constant. Actually the moment of inertia constant, here missed moment of inertia constant. Okay, H is the inertia constant, M is the moment of inertia constant. That is the capital M. See here M value. Okay, what is the formula? M is equal to GH by 180F. Okay, so this GH you have to be find out. So what is the GH? So that is the energy stored, isn't it? So accelerating power equal to, so PA equal to PM2 minus PE. So 100 minus 150, which is equal to minus 50 megawatts. So minus represents, okay, so decreased. Okay, so that is, so here turbine is suddenly decreased, isn't it? But in circuits, the negative sign represents the opposite direction. In power system analysis, this is the load is decreased, isn't it? So that is minus, so 50 megawatts. So next, energy stored. So that is, what is the formula? You know that inertia constant, H formula, energy stored by, so rating of the turbo generator, isn't it? So G. So you can get it from that equation, stored energy equal to GH, isn't it? So here, so G is the 250 rating of the machine, and into, so what is the inertia constant H value? 7.5. So you will get it 1875. Okay. So this only you have to be find out. First bit is determine the value of moment of inertia, capital M. So M, capital M formula, you know that. So we have done so many problems. GH by 180F. Some of the cases instead of G, so they have used S, operant power. S, that is the rating of the turbo generator or the machine, isn't it? So 1875 by 180 into F, frequency is the 50, you will get it 0.208 megajoule second, okay, electrical degrees. So you can see here. See, so alpha, okay, this formula alpha equal to accelerating power by